Good day, Nigeria. And we need to talk about something happening right now in Kwara State that speaks to a much larger problem we are facing as a nation. Governor Abdurrahman Abdurrazak just stood before party leaders in Abuja and declared with confidence that he will deliver the Federal Capital Territory for the All Progressives Congress in the area council elections coming up on February 21st. He was inaugurated as chairman of a massive 138-member campaign council and promised President Bola Tinubu that they would win all 6 area councils in Abuja. The governor spoke about the APC being the reliable vessel for Nigeria's progress and sustainable future. Now, if this were just another political campaign story, we probably would not be having this conversation today. But what makes this situation particularly troubling is what is currently unfolding back home in Kwara State while the governor is busy campaigning in Abuja. Just 2 weeks ago, on February 3rd, terrorists launched a brutal coordinated attack on Woro and Nuku communities in Kayama local government area. These attackers killed at least 162 people in what President Tinubu himself described as a particularly disturbing massacre. The victims included the chief imam of Woro, a school principal, a headmistress, school children, and even family members of the village head. Homes were burned, shops were destroyed, and many people were kidnapped during this attack. The horror escalated dramatically just yesterday when suspected Boko Haram terrorists released a video that has sent shockwaves across the country. In this footage, the militants paraded 176 victims they claim to have abducted from Woro community, including women, children, and a nursing mother. The people in the video appear distressed, wearing dirty and worn-out clothes, with some children barely dressed properly. One of the terrorists openly accused the Kwara State government of deceiving Nigeria about the number of kidnapped persons, saying the government reported only 20 to 30 people were taken when they actually have 176 in captivity. What we are witnessing here reflects a pattern that has become disturbingly common in Nigerian politics, where electoral ambitions often seem to take precedence over the fundamental responsibility of government, which is to protect citizens. Between January and November of last year alone, more than 207 people were killed in Kwara State, and at least 177 were abducted. These are not just statistics. These are mothers, fathers, children, and community leaders whose lives have been violently disrupted or permanently ended. If you are finding this discussion valuable, please subscribe to this channel and turn on your notifications because we need more people engaged in these conversations about leadership and accountability. The frustration from Nigerians is about something deeper than party politics. When your people are being killed, when families are sleeping in bushes because their homes have been burned, when children are being paraded by terrorists in videos, what should be the priority of an elected governor? Should it be mobilizing votes in another territory or coordinating security responses and showing visible leadership during a crisis? One person on social media captured it perfectly when they wrote that the governor's job is to deliver Kwara people from terrorism, not to deliver the FCT for any political party. This moment highlights the need for Nigerians to redefine what we celebrate in our leaders. We need to hold leaders accountable not just for winning elections, but for what they do with power once they have it. The families in Woro whose loved ones are in terrorist captivity do not care about who wins elections in Abuja. They care about seeing their relatives return home safely and getting justice for those murdered. When you go to vote in any election, what are you actually voting for? Are you voting for someone who will campaign well and win more elections, or someone who will show up during your community's darkest hours and fight for your safety? Drop your thoughts in the comments, share this video, and subscribe, because if nearly 200 people can be paraded by terrorists while their governor campaigns elsewhere, what does that say about where we are as a nation?